As you all know, I have been putting videos up about what the SPCA do. People thought I was joking, including a couple of so-called friends who thought again, oh yes, she's just saying things. And then I got a phone call. One of their friends has an old dog, and she's going blind and getting deaf, which is understandable because the girl's way over 16, 17 years of age. From what they were working it out when they did all the math on it, she's about 20 to 22. And she's been having a relatively good life. She hasn't complained about whether she's in pain or not and everything else, but she just spends most of her time lying around the yard and etc. Well, they went out the other day, came back, and there's a note stuck on the door of their house. And it said that, a dog that fit the description of their dog, was believed to be their dog, was found wandering in the street. And you're like, she doesn't usually wander. Went to check, she wasn't there. All right, and went back and read the note again. The note said, the neighbours thought it was their dog. And it's like, but the neighbours knew it was her dog. So why would that say on the note about, again, wandering and the neighbours thought it was her dog? And they taken off with the dog. And because my friend had gone with her to have a word with him about what was what and where was where. And when they got up there, they turned around and they said they weren't going to release her because she was an old dog. She was on pain meds, and the only way they would release her was if she went to another vet. And it's like, but she's not been in pain, even though she's an old dog. And they explained, the history of the dog and everything else. And again, SPCA turned around and said that unless it went to another vet, they weren't going to release it. So they ended up having to put her down. And my friend was telling me all this and all the things that gone on with this. And I'm like, well, to start with, why was it an SPCA notice if the dog was wandering on the road? Because usually it's the council who take them, and they usually take them straight to the pound. And they're like, we never thought of that. And I said, secondly, why did it say neighbours think? And they go, I don't know, when the neighbours know who it was. And I said, well, more than likely it was with the usual routine what the SPCA do. They have a habit of basically, because they cannot actually come on the property and steal your animals, either without your consent or without a warrant, what they do is they turn around and they say they found it on the road. Because on the road means public property, means that they can do whatever they like. Secondly, they have a habit of actually coaching an animal onto the road so they can take it and say that it was on the road and they have the right to take it. And my friend's like, they wouldn't do that, would they? And I said, yes, they would. I've seen them do it. So have other people seen them do it? But the end result is they're still doing the same dirty tricks that they keep doing, that nobody holds them accountable for, and then they blackmail you, threaten you, or alternatively force you to do things that you don't really want to do, such as they had wanted to let the old girl die in her own bed, in the home, and they could bury her in the back garden. Instead, they end up having to pay, I think it was $50 to the SPCA to put her down, and then they dispose of the body. So again, how wonderful are they?